Surfing the waves and surfing the net, the Waxhead's Guide to the World Wide Web. We visit a new virtual world, Blue Mars. And what does Gen Y think about online dating? Hello and welcome to the program. For many years now we've been surfing the net, not grazing it or browsing it. The world long ago decided it was going to surf the internet. And there's a mountain of online resources for surfboard riders looking for the best conditions and locations, and a few other things besides which may surprise you, as Steve Ashby reports.
Nothing says summer like surfing. For almost a century, there's been a daily stampede to the coast as board riders of all ages make their way past the breakers, hoping to catch the wave of a lifetime. Usually, a session would start with a long and intense study of the waves to find the best sets, spot the rips, and pick the least crowded break. Sometimes surfers arrive at the beach only to find that conditions are poor, so they either check out another beach or give up and go home. But in 1998, climate scientist Ben Matson started sending out daily forecasts of waves via email and fax. 4 years later, they went online with a specialist website that gives surfers a handy summary of what the waves are doing on the beaches across Australia. Today, the Aussie online Bible for every board rider is swellnet.com.
I've got a pretty early routine actually. Get up about half an hour before the sun comes up every morning, check all the weather observations for the New South Wales coastline, then I head down the beach with my camera, sit there for about 20 minutes or so, take a few photos, just watch the waves, time the intervals, just to see whether the actual surf conditions are what was forecast the day before, and then I come home, write a report, prepare the photos and upload it to the web.
Now I think all surfers want to know this one. When the surf's pumping, don't you just want to get out there?
It's very, very hard. I've managed to train myself over the years, so yeah, I'm into a good routine now. But I mean, I know I can always surf mid-late morning, and I actually find it's the best time to get waves anyway, because you get a lot of people coming out for an early surf before work. So as they're coming in, I'm going out.
So how did you get started with SwellNet?
Dad taught me to read weather maps when I was a little grommet, when I was just learning to surf, and I took that to the next level by going to university and doing a degree with lots of meteorology and oceanography. And surf forecasting came about as a kind of a mix of all of that. I just taught myself how to forecast whilst I was at uni, and SwellNet kind of evolved from that. Initially it was just actually a hobby, and I used to just write reports. This is before the internet was really quite popular. I used to write reports and fax them to a couple of surf stores near my house, and everyone would kind of drive down to the surf store and actually check the report, and then that evolved to an email service, and eventually I got annoyed with having to email people, so I just set up a website, and from there it's just snowballed into what it is today.
There are online services like SwellNet all over the world. Global Surfers is an online surfing community where surfers from around the world share information. There are more than 3,000 surfing destinations listed. And at magicseaweed.com, you can find the latest surf info to pick your next overseas surfing destination. Like to the remote islands off Indonesia, where some surfers are coming for more than just the waves. The Mentawai Islands are the mecca of surfing. Charter boats arrive from around the world looking for the ride of a lifetime. They call it the Disneyland of the surfing world. But behind the palms, there is a lot of suffering and death that could be prevented. The poverty here in paradise is staggering. 1 out of 10 children die before their 5th birthday, mainly due to malnutrition and preventable diseases like malaria. Dr. Dave Jenkins founded the relief group Surf Aid International in 2000. Although he gets his fair share of perfect waves, he also spends time trekking into remote villages. Caring surfers are handing out treated mosquito nets, teaching people about malaria, running cooking classes, and setting up clean water programs, empowering villagers to become more self-sufficient. After 9 years, Surf Aid has helped make a difference. The malaria-free Mentawai program has reached 90% of the population. Houses are being constructed, dysentery rates are now down, and the future is looking better. To help Surf Aid save lives, go to surfaidinternational.org. Another group not afraid to spend time in the water is Surfrider Foundation, turning the tide on pollution. It's dedicated to the protection and enjoyment of the world's oceans, waves and beaches. Founded in 1984 by a handful of visionary surfers from California, the Surfrider Foundation is now worldwide. You can find out more at surfrider.org. And did you know that you can even surf digital waves on the internet itself? In the virtual world Second Life, sims have been created for people who have never ridden a wave before, or even for experienced surfers who want to test their skills in a simulator. Check out secondlife.com.
Surfing the net is great, and that simulator's fun too. But for me, the real surfing's out there. Steve Ashby, Life Online.
There he goes, working hard. Steve Ashby with that report. And there's more information about those organisations in Steve Ashby's blog. It's on our website, www.life-on-line.tv.